Good morning, everyone. So, in our today's topic, we will study about principles of scientific management and techniques which is used in scientific management. So, first we need to know what is scientific management. So, it is a theory given by F.W. Taylor, the father of management, to define what is management in an organization. So how management can be implemented in an organization. So this is the first and foremost theory which is given in the field of applying management principles and techniques to the overall organization. So scientific management is a theory of management that analyze and synthesize the flow of work for an organization, and the main objective is to improve economic efficiency, especially the labor productivity. So in scientific management, a special focus was given on the productivity of labor and the ways to improve productivity of a labor. One of the earliest attempt is to apply science to the engineering process and to the management process. So it that is why it is called scientific management theory, because scientific uh, rules and principles are applied for improving the productivity of human being in an organization. So the scientific management is sometimes known as Taylorism, after the 14 principles given by F.W. Taylor in the field of scientific management. So when we talk about the techniques which is used in scientific management, so according to uh, F.W. Taylor, the scientific management techniques, there are 7 techniques of scientific management which can be used in an organization, and so that we can improve the productivity of individual or labor in an organization. So what are those techniques? So these 7 techniques, as you see on the slide, these techniques of scientific management are grounded on the numerous investigation carried on before. So first technique is known as functional foremanship. So what is functional foremanship? It is a factory administration system that supports for the process of numerous foremanship in separate functional roles. So functional foremanship means every function, every individual function need a need to supervise by different supervisor, so that every supervisor or foreman become a functional foreman or supervisor. So this in this way, the manager or the foreman was the only contact for the factory employee at a given point of time. So it so functional foremanship creates a one point solution for the employees to regarding their work in the organization, and that is the foreman. So this is the first principle or first technique. Then second technique is standardization. So what is standardization and simplification of work? Uh, this comes together, standardization and simplification. So what is standardization? In standardization implies the method of establishing standards for every industrial activity. It can be standardization of manner, I mean the doing way of doing things, time, standards of raw material, machinery, product, process, or overall operating system of the organization. So these examples are benchmark which must be adhered throughout the production process in the organization. And what is simplification? Simplification points at erasing unnecessary type of uh, activities, unnecessary type of standardization, process error, so that the work in the organization can be simplified to a great extent. Next technique is known as method study. So method study, the basic purpose of method study is to create a outline study to find out the vigorous way of performing a job, so that we can standardize the method of doing certain activity in the organization. So there are different ways of performing job, but each and every way cannot be so productive. So this evaluating each type of performing job, and uh, create an assessment that which way of performing job is better for the organization, which can be standardized for overall organization, so that every time you do that particular activity, the method should remain same. Next is known as method study. Next technique, sorry, motion study. So motion study is basically the analysis of movement of the raw material or the labor in the organization while doing a particular activity or a particular job, so that to find out the unnecessary movement which is happening, which is occurring during the activity, and which can be further eliminated uh, to create more productivity within the given specified time period. And it can also help in reducing time of the activity. Next technique is known as time study. So the time study is must for regulating the time of performance of each activity. So in time study, we study the time duration for performing a different set of activities, so that a standard time can be decided for performing a particular job, so that you can decide about overall organizational timing of process in which the input can be converted into output with a standard time. Next technique is known as fatigue study. So see, when you are working with labors, uh, every individual, when working for a longer period of time, her body, his or her body needs a certain kind of relaxation during the performance, so rest periods are required. So we need to also study the fatigue factor of machines as well as labors in the organization, so that the proper adequate rest period is given to the machine or to the employees, so that the productivity can be enhanced afterwards. And the last kind of technique is known as differential piece rate system. See, there are two kind of wage system prevailing if we talk about the wage system of labor. First is known as time rate system, and second is known as piece rate system. So in time rate system, the particular uh, labors are paid on the basis of the timing they are working. So that means hourly basis they are going to be paid. Here what happens, the productivity of labor is remain constant, or it is lower, whereas uh, in piece rate system, uh, the labors are paid on the basis of the number of output they are preparing. So piece wage system, the productivity of labor can be increased, but there is a drawback of piece wage system also, because in that case the wastages can is going to be higher, because labors are doing rush to prepare certain pieces of the output. So wastages can happen in such kind of rate system. So we need to apply a differential piece wage system so that it can create a balance between the productivity of the labor as well as the minimization of wastages. So these are the techniques used in scientific management to manage overall organization scientifically. So that is it for the day. Thank you.